Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be cooking some Efo Riro with you guys, share with you guys how I cook my Efo Riro. So we're going to get right into it. I just added my Maggi and salt, and I am going to use that to season it. Also I'm going to be adding some crayfish, and this is blended crayfish, and as well as chopped onions. This is all I'm using to cook my meat, and the meat that I have in here is goat meat, and I have some shaki there too, which is the cow skin. I'm not using too much of varieties of meat to cook my Efo Riro this time. I usually use a lot of different kinds, but this time it's just going to be very pretty straightforward. So I'm cooking my meat, and my meat usually cook for over an hour. It depends. Some people want it really soft, which you can go over an hour. Some people want it like less than. So for me, I want it to be like, I still want it to be tender, at the same time I want it to be a little chewy. So moving on to my peppers, I'm going to be using some bell peppers. I use about 4 large bell peppers, scotch peppers, and ginger, and as well as onions. I'm going to be crushing this down in my blender. As you can see, my peppers is not so blended all the way. I want it to just be crushed. So I'm gonna check again on my meat, and this time my meat is completely ready. So I'm going to add, I know my meat is ready like I said, but I'm going to add some smoked fish in there to cook for about 5 minutes. The smoked fish has been soaking for about an hour, so I just wanted to have the flavor of the meat. So I'm going to throw it in there to cook for about 5 minutes. So meat is ready and the fish is already been softened up. So I am going to be scooping everything out of the broth. So after I scooped everything out, I am going to save my broth on the side because I'm going to use it later. I am going to be adding some palm oil in the pot, and I'm going to let this heat up. And now that is heat up, I'm going to add my blended pepper. I'm gonna let this cook for a little bit before I add the rest of the stuff that I want to add. So after a couple minutes, I'm checking it and to see how it's doing. Now I am going to be adding my Maggi, my salt, as well as crayfish. This is gonna make the flavor taste absolutely beautiful, like very delicious and yummy. And so I'm adding that, and I'm not adding too much because I still have my broth on the side that I'm gonna add later. The broth already consists of like good flavor, so, and the meat flavor as well, so I just added a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna check again, and I'm going to be adding my fish, and also I am going to be adding a little bit of the broth in this too, because you know the broth has all the flavors in it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of it, because if I add all of the broth, it's gonna be too salty and it's gonna be too watery. Okay, now I am going to be adding my crayfish, and I'm going to be adding my locust beans. And I'm telling you guys, this locust beans is like the original Iru, the original locust beans from Egba. If you know, if you're from Nigeria, I think the Ogun State part makes the best locust beans in the world, and that's where this one is from. I almost forgot my stock fish that's been soaking or overnight in my fridge. So I remember, so I quickly added some. I'm not gonna use everything. So I'm gonna add some and I'm gonna let that cook together. Okay, I'm going to check on my sauce now. They've been cooking for the past 8 minutes. I'm gonna add my meat, and I'm not using all the meat that I cooked earlier. I'm gonna use half of it, it's just way too much. So I'm gonna keep half, and I'm going to also add my shrimp. Oh my god, you guys, my apartment smells absolutely the best right now. I love it. It smells so good, it tastes so good, and yeah, so I'm gonna mix everything together, add my shrimp. Oh, this sauce is ready, you guys. So at this point, I am going to be adding my vegetable, and the vegetable that I'm using is spinach. They call it, but it tastes like the shoko vegetable. I got this frozen from African store, and I'm using one bag. So I'm gonna mix this thoroughly together, and my stew is ready. Trust me, this tastes absolutely the best. It tastes really good. The whole house smells so good. It tastes the best. Mmm, you guys. And some people like their vegetable very dry, like no sauce in it. I don't like mine to be like that. I like mine to have liquid in it. I don't want it completely dry. So yeah, this is mine and it tastes wonderful. My kids love it. Even my little kids who doesn't like vegetable, they actually ate this time, and this was their first time eating it. They've tried it before, but they actually started officially started eating this when I made this. Anyway, you guys, yeah, that is pretty much everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your love and support. If you're new here, please subscribe, thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.